Hello and welcome to another Your Partnerships Meets, and I'm so happy to be here in the Corcoran Media Studio. You've been here before, haven't you?
Once or twice.
Once or twice. The one and only Mr. Craig from Boosters, Craig Harrison from Boosters. So Boosters, lots of things changing, aren't there?
Yeah, bit of a brand refresh, a
Yeah.
massive brand refresh. New website, new focus, all of those great things that marketing people talk about. We
Yep.
thought we'd best do some ourselves.
Do
So
what you tell people to
do
do.
what we tell people to do. Yeah,
No, and we had the privilege of being there when when you revealed your new branding, and I must say, it went, it was nothing but positive response on the day, and I think you've had nothing but positive response since.
yeah. Obviously, it's always a massive leap when you want to go from where you've been for 4 or 5 years into
Mm,
something new. But
yep,
yeah, we were at Borringdon with you guys in
yep.
April, and yeah, massive warm reception for it, and that's just continued and a nice upward curve on things since then.
Cool, excellent. And the other thing we're doing together, just to throw it out there real quick, we're doing the West Country Business Show together as well, aren't we?
Yep, 6 weeks, 5 weeks, five and
Something
a half
like that
weeks,
from the
something.
time we're recording
Yeah,
this. Yeah, but 18th of July. Yeah,
18th of July.
yeah,
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's circled on the calendar. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and yeah, be glad. I don't know if you're like I am, but I'm wanting to get this first one done, so that it is just sort of because I know I've been up to London, I know what the guys can do and everything, but then again, I don't mind saying out loud, the West Country have had a bit of problems, teething problems with some
Mm.
from business shows in the past, so to speak. So
Yeah, I think there's been a mixed reception and mixed level of shows over the last few
yeah,
years.
yeah,
So
that's
yeah, but
well
looking
put,
forward,
sir.
yeah, looking forward to seeing what the boys can do, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's just gonna, it will just grow year on
Yeah,
year.
that's the thing. I want to get the first one done so that yeah,
Absolutely.
it prove itself. But anyway, speaking of proving itself, with boosters, I mean, my goodness, you've got Vicky tearing up the network left, right, and center of us, which that's you got I don't have to tell you this. You've got a great winner there. Before then, we had some guy. All he did was hang around talking about selling pins. Oh wait, that was you, wasn't
That was me, yeah,
it?
and do you know what? I can still sell pens with the best of them, to be honest. But Vicky, Vicky's an asset.
Yeah.
She really is. We're so fortunate to have her, and we won't tell her. Obviously, this won't get
No, no, no,
published
no,
anywhere.
yeah, to make sure she doesn't see this.
But she's great, and she's relieved a lot of the pressure on the team in the
Yeah.
office because she's going out and doing what she does well, and we're gelling as a team, which is great.
Well, and speaking of the team, I don't think people realize how long Boosters has been around.
No, we were talking the other day that 2027 is the 30th anniversary,
Wow.
so we need to start looking at venues to have a real big party of our
Yeah,
own, I think. But yeah,
absolutely.
28 years and counting, and
Mm.
as my bank balance tells me, I've got a few years to go before I can walk away from it. So we're looking forward to the next few. But yeah, 2027's 30 years.
Wow. So I mean, and the other thing we are talking about this before we went on camera is just you're getting a lot more businesses talk to you now that wouldn't have in the past.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's strange that, so you've been around for 28 years and, the team has been established for years, but with the changes that we've made and bringing Vicky in and working with yourselves and the other organisations across Cornwall and the Southwest, people are coming to talk to us.
Mm.
And that's great, because we love to talk.
Yeah.
We do. We love a conversation. Um, but we love to grow alongside businesses.
Yeah.
We love to work with people and we love to know what everyone else is up to.
Mm.
It's never just a sales thing. It
Yeah.
can't be. It has to be a two-way street. That's always been my thing, and we look to help out local businesses and using a local supply chain ourselves where we can.
Local supply chain and the buzzwords is sustainability. Couldn't get it out there.
It's
The
what?
buzzword I
Sorry?
couldn't get out. Sustainability. So yeah.
Sustainability, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think our industry, we were talking off air earlier that I've been so critical of our own industry that it was
Mm.
very slow to
Yeah.
react. But now we have a wider range. More products will become available,
Yep.
and yeah, the more people think green, the more products will become available. And
Yep.
the killer is at the moment that some of the prices are at a price point where they're a little bit higher, and it is a considered decision.
Well,
But I would just say to people, look, if you're thinking about merchandise, think about sustainability as a good option,
Yeah.
and talk to us about what they are, and we will find the right thing to
Well,
suit.
you pay. I mean, for example, you pay more for an EV car than you do a normal car, or those type of things. So if you're going to make this sustainability decision, then there are financial decisions to look at there as well.
There are, and but it used to be that you'd have maybe somebody would say, "I want a drinks bottle," and you'd have three or four options.
Mm,
We can put our hands on 70 or 80, and we'll make one that suits budget and
yeah,
suits what you're trying to achieve with that product.
because you've got. I mean, it's all one. So well, it's not the other day. It's been weeks and weeks ago now. But what you got pins that you can plant now, and
Yeah.
business cards you can plant. All these seed things and
Yeah,
everything else. So
and it's amazing. It literally is. I've said for years, what do you want for your brand? And it's the only limit is your imagination. Now
mm,
it's we still work with the Far East. We still work at shipping things in, but what we're trying to do is make sure that we're just shipping the right things in.
yeah.
And where there are other alternatives, we make sure that we're offering them.
So people watching this that don't know anything about boosters, obviously it is a branding, merchandise branding situation or company. What would you say? If I'm just starting up a business or been going for a little while and I need, I don't know, 2, 3, 400 pounds worth of merchandise for the year. How does that journey look like? How long does it take to get? How do you work with them to make sure that their branding gets right on the perceived items? Do they get proofs to look at? I will let you answer in a second. The whole journey.
Yeah, I think the first thing we always say is it's all about you. And the one thing is that whatever it is, we've got you. So if there's an event that you need it for, just be straight up and tell us. If you're exhibiting at the West Country Business Show
Yeah,
on the 18th of July, we can still do things if you come to us on the 14th of July,
yeah,
but we can do a lot more if you come to us on the 14th of June.
yes,
So just be open. Tell us what it is that you want. Everybody knows I sell pens. Pens, notebooks, mugs are the things that people are going to buy.
mm,
What we want to do is we want to have that discussion. We want to speak to you and say, look, what do you want for your brand? What are you trying to achieve? Let's make you that little bit different. Because when you walk around things like the West Country Business Show, you know yourself, Brock, you've done that. There are 150, 200 stands. Most of them are giving away something.
yeah,
And if they're all giving away the same pen, you're not going to use all of them in that. They're going to go in the drawer. They're going to sit in the car. They're going to do whatever. What we want to do is make sure that somebody who's spending that £400, £300, whatever it is, it's a considered purchase for them. It's not just throwaway cash. We're aware that it's tough times. What we want to do is make sure that £300 is going to get them recognised, going to get them remembered. So as one, they get business out of it. If
yeah,
they get business and it makes them money, they're going to come back to us for
yes,
the next show, and they're going to come back to us for the next show. And we want to help local businesses grow. And we can do that through merch,
yeah,
but it all starts with a conversation. We don't do e-commerce. We've got a website that's adding new products every week. But if there's something that you're thinking about, give myself a call, give the office a call, give Vicky a call. All of our details are available on the YP membership portal.
yep,
And we will work with you to make it right for you. What we want to do is we want to make sure that people who are making that purchase, whether they've got £300, £400,
mm,
make sure that they're getting value for money, but value that reflects their brand. What we don't want is everyone to have the same item. That's easy, but that's not going to make people remembered. So we will work with you to make sure that what you're giving away is going to get business for you in the long term. And that all starts with that conversation. All
absolutely.
we ever say is just talk to us.
And if what you do helps them make more money, then they're just going to come back to you anyway. So you're going to try your best to make sure. One thing that I was going to say as well is because I know because I've done this. I've gone on to another branded place that does a similar thing like you that you can get things really cheap and really quick. But the whole thing is you do your order, it comes and you get no proof other than a quick little shot look on the and it was wrong. It was
Yeah.
simple as I might as well throw money away. But how do you make sure that doesn't happen?
So we're fortunate. We've got a guy in the office, Chris. He's been with us for over 20 years now. He knows merchandise. He knows branding. So all we say, you give us give us a logo to work with.
Yep.
Tell us what product you want. And if it's not going to work, we'll be completely transparent with you
Yep.
and we'll make a recommendation. I always say I would never let an order go that I wouldn't put the Boosters logo onto.
Mm.
And if it crosses my path or we're having a conversation and I don't think it's going to work, I'm going to try to pick the phone up at day one and say, Brock, I really think you should consider this. And Chris has done another option for you.
Well, Chris did that for me. We ordered new lanyards. We'd had one color. He's like, no, this will work a lot better. So
Yeah.
and it does looks a hell of a lot better. So
And that's what we're there for. We're there to get the best for your brand.
Yep.
And we're there so as you'll tell people that we got you the best that we could. And then that's how we grow. And by helping you get the right things, it helps us out in the long term.
well, I know like you guys have helped us out. Well, we've helped each other out because like we have these connectors, and you've got a nice, easy package if people don't have if they're not ready because it's the connector is just as you know a tabletop expo sort of thing, and it's people love it, absolutely love it because between your package having a pop up banner, some business cards, some pins, and a few other little bits, and they're little 50 pounds they pay for connector, they're up and running for 200 quid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. And this is it, it's never, it doesn't have to be thousands of pounds.
No.
We can work with any budget and, nothing gives me more satisfaction than just somebody just quick email, thank you.
Yep.
That's all it's about. Making people happy with what they're buying is what I wake up for every day.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate that. Well, we're going to wrap it up here in a second, but I think the main thing is, you and Donna have, we haven't mentioned Donna. We'll get in trouble if we don't mention Donna.
I will get in trouble.
will
You
get in
won't,
trouble.
I will.
Oh, yeah, you will. But you and Donna have taken a great local company that was doing things, say nothing against the owners that had it before you, but yeah, you're taking it to the next dimension, I would say.
Yeah, that's where we're aiming for, and we want to continue to grow. We've got some good ideas for the next couple of years. So watch this space.
Watch your space. So what I'll say before we sign off is if you need branded anything, think Boosters. Give them a call because one thing they will do, and I know I'm a customer, so I definitely can say this. Feel free to challenge them on if your main priority is price. They'll be honest with you and tell you what price they can do. The prices won't go up unless the supplier they're getting the things from goes up. So it's as simple as that. So it's good, honest business to work with. So simple as that. Do I get my 10 pounds now for saying that?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
But I couldn't have put it better myself.
No, but it is true. It is true. But Craig, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you, Corker Media, for taking care of us. And Jay's done a great job. We don't need Shane, do we?
Who's Shane?
I don't know. Anyway, if you ever see Jay, if you ever see him, tell him we said hi.
Thank you, bro.
See you later.
Jay.
Take care. Bye.